Alright, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. And peace and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. Back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And we'll just get straight to the point, man. This is Proverbs 23 and verse 20. Be not among wine bibbers, and that word wine bibbers goes into drunkard, all right? And among riotous eaters of flesh, verse 21, for the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty, and drowsiness shall clothe a man with rags, man. All right, so, hey, I'm in the middle of a fast right now, and every time that I fast through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, of course I get hungry, and I just rock a certain way, and a lot of times I end up, towards the end of my fast, man, I got some coupons here, like that I get in the mail. I'm looking at that. It looks delicious, right? All the food on the coupons. And a lot of times, man, I go on YouTube, man, and I look at like cooking channels and things like that because I be hungry, man. And of course, it led me to do this lesson. I've already spoken on this prior, but hey, we got to keep on bringing these things out, man. And I was looking, and of course, that whole mukbang, I guess they call it mukbang. I didn't even know how to pronounce it, but I didn't bother to look up what that word is. I just know it just means based off what they're doing is a word for overindulgence, man. So I just went on ahead as I was scrolling through looking at delicious foods to just type in seafood mukbang or whatever. I don't know how to say it too much, but and you see what we have here. The first video that pops up is for face value an Israelite sister, man, and of course she's eating the king crab. All right, and then if you just scroll down, you see a lot of our people, man, for face value they look like Israelites from the southern kingdom, all right, indulging in these abominable foods that the Lord told us not to eat, man. All right, and these are some decent looking women, by the way. All right, then you got, of course, the other nations are gonna do shit like this, and again, this whole video isn't necessarily about the abominable foods our people eat. It's more in relation to the coming famine, preparing for that famine, and everything else is coming down the pipeline, and the spirit of gluttony that a lot of our people have, especially those that are here in Babylon the Great, the so-called USA, man. So I just but this is what they do with these mukbang videos, right? I guess this gets people's rocks off. Some people they don't know, ASMR is what they call it. Some people like to hear the sound of smacking. So Eva get on this shit, and as you can see, another Israelite sister eating king crab dipped in damn Cheetos. All right, but you see how she got the ranch, I guess, whatever that is, dripping all over her mouth and shit. Just a very just off-putting. And then these are they dolled up, man, but these ain't no ugly Israelite women, man. But you see, first and foremost, the spirit of gluttony is out here, all right, because it really bothers me when I'm fasting. Of course, these things that, what I mean, because I'm looking at us, right, and how much we sacrifice, and then you see the 2/3 behavior, and it'll piss you off through the spirit of power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Let you be hungry, and one of your people is just stuffing their face. You know what I mean? It's like, wow. It's like, wow. All right, but again, they're eating abominable things, and they're eating a bunch of it, and this is a problem, man. So we'll just click on one of these videos and take a look. Of course, they want to go slow now. You know how it go. Bear with us. Oh, great. Babylon and their commercials always trying to sell you some shit. There we go. Everybody got to eat, man. So I know smacking is a part of eating, but I mean, the Lord say do things decently in order. All right, you're surely our so-called black women like to call themselves queens and shit. Let me tell you something, man. You eating abominable things definitely doesn't make you any type of queen, all right, or any type of royalty, all right, or what you think the word queen means, all right. And not only are they eating the abominable things that's dirty, these are bottom feeders that they eat poop. All right, they're filled with parasites. They're put on the earth to cleanse the earth, man. You would think our people would be hip to that by now, with common sense first and foremost, but definitely with the prophets out here teaching them these things, man. And again, not only are they on these videos doing this shit, and it's a bunch of our people doing it, and a lot, mostly the Israelite woman, man, for face value. But again, not only is it the abominable things that they're eating, but it's the way that they're doing it, man. And I'm sure we get the picture, right? And again, the reason why I bring this up through the spirit, these type of individuals right here, which makes up a 2/3 of the nation of Israel, I think it's 66%. They're not gonna do well at all during this time of famine. And we do know, a Matthew 24 chapter alone, the Lord prophesied these events preceding the second coming. All right, and he prophesied a famine was to come upon this land, man. So these people that you got to eat, bro. You can't fast, every single day all your life, man. But I mean, there is a famine coming, and we need to be preparing first and foremost spiritually. And a part of us preparing spiritually is by not overindulging first and foremost, having that spirit of balance, because the Lord speak about a false balance being an abomination, and also fasting, man. Making that's part of making our body a living sacrifice, man. And we do it, for spiritual reasons first and foremost, to get demons off of us and to grow in this truth, man. But a lot of our people look at them, man, and we just saw that picture, all this freaking food that they have, and again, it's a whole plate, a whole table full of abomination. And this is just the mukbang stuff, man. You got people doing competitive eating, a lot of our people, and there's countless endless videos. And then if you look at the views, they're getting 10 million views for this, man. 10 30, let me see, she got 2 million. Old girl right here, not a bad looking sister, right? But come on, man, like that, you looking decent, all right, ain't gonna save you, man. How many times does the Lord have to tell you to not eat these abominable things? At least if they're gonna do this, right? At least if they're gonna do the mukbang or muk, however you say it, videos, at least don't eat abominable things, and do it with some class. But again, I guess people get their rocks off of that shit pissed me off, but that's a good way to get hit in the face, man, at the wrong place at the wrong time. You know what I mean? And I'm hungry or something. That's a good way to get hit in the face. Smacking all them. It's just a disgusting thing, and it just shows you the state of our people, man. All right. And you just scroll down and you see it, man. And people love this. Old girl right here got 54 million views eating. But you know how the other nations get down. I'm not really concerned about their behavior. We're concerned about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right. The Hebrew Israelites, man. So-called. All right, and then the sister right here, and a lot of videos, I could bring it out, man, but there's a lot of videos with Eve on here, and she'll let the juice and the shit just drip all over her mouth on purpose. And again, I guess people get off to that. Obviously, if they've getting millions of views, people like to see that, which shows you how disgusting people are here upon the earth. People are disgusting. They really have no class. They're fronting. Eve may look good with all that makeup on, but she's not really, royalty, man. All right, she's disgusting. If she knew better, she would do better, and she should know better, which is why they're gonna be judged, because the Lord has his prophets out there teaching these things, teaching right from wrongs. Saying, hey, there's a dietary law, and it's not just the Lord not trying to be mean, and it's for a reason that he told us not to eat these things, man. All right. Again, they're bottom feeders. They're put on the earth to cleanse the earth, to keep the earth clean. That's why, the oceans are filthy like they are, man. And, it's because you niggas are eating all the damn creatures that's supposed to clean the earth, man. All right. But that's pretty much the point on that. We're going to get into these precepts here, man. All right. Cause it just really bothers me, especially when you hungry and you just see how strong we are, man. Every brother and sister that sincerely, believes in Yahweh Shema Shah, we are so much stronger than these people, man. No matter how long, man, your fast is sanctioned, man. Just the fast period in the name of Yahweh Shema Shah, that puts you light years against these people. It's people on this earth, especially here in Babylon the Great, for the most part, probably ain't went a day, other than like medical reasons and things like that, haven't went a day without food, man. All right. And we are prophesying there is a famine coming. There is great judgment coming to this place, and we need to be prepared. All those motherfuckers that you saw in that video, oh man, you can bet your bottom dollar these are the same people that's gonna either take that mark of the beast, or indulge in cannibalism, or a combination of the both. All right. When the famine come and the tests come and they're not built up because they've been stuffing their freaking gullet, year after year, day after day, and have not dealt with any type of balance in relation to food. All right. This is Proverbs 25 and verse 16. Hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomit it. So, I mean, just a quick precept about overindulgence, man. All right. It's lawful to eat, man. It's not lawful to eat everything, but we got to eat, man. But you're not supposed to eat, to the point where you're gluttonous. And I did get that definition for glutton. All right. One who eats and drinks to excess. All right. So again, we got to eat, man. But when you're doing it for views, or you're doing it for vanity, or you're doing it, to feel good, then we have a problem, especially in the times that we're in, in the times that we're coming into. Very, very serious, harsh, horrific times have been prophesied unto our people, man, and unto this whole earth, actually. And in the name of Yahweh Shema Hawashah, there is a famine coming to this place, and it's already, a bunch of janky shit going on financially and with the food industry, to the point, it's getting ugly out here. People can't afford nutritious meals on a daily basis here in Babylon the Great, man. All right. How much more when everything really hits the fan, man, and there's pestilence going around here, and the Lord is steady sending storms and fires, around the planet Earth, man. All right. People are going to eat people. Okay, they're gonna, ain't no telling. It may start with trying to eat grass and things like that, man. Tree bark or whatever, the dog. And it sounds kind of funny, but hey, this has happened before, all right? And it will happen again, man. And of course, people are going to take that mark of the beast because they're not ultimately Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. That's why the Lord has this process for us. And the ones that truly serve the Lord are gonna fast often. Now, some brothers and sisters more than others, of course. All right. But, as a whole, we're going to be dealing with that balance, man. All right. And we're not going to be overindulgent. And the same thing goes with drinking. It's not unlawful for, us to drink. All right. But again, we're not supposed to be drunkards, man. Drinking in excess to the point where we lose our bearings, man. All right. Because, being drunk and brothers definitely know. Brothers done been drunk before, sisters done been drunk. That what it do. It can bring out the worst in people, and often it does, man. So again, just dealing with the spirit of balance, man. Eat. The Lord, will provide you with your daily bread, and if you are serving Him, He will give you more than daily bread, man. He'll give you a little bit or a lot of bit. It's all of the Lord, but He will definitely give you your daily bread, man. He's gonna give you food sufficient for thee. All right. You just have to trust in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah and know what time it is, man. And again, us not overindulging, just always just gotta stuff your freaking face, especially with abomination. That's not gonna cut it, and that's not preparing you for what's getting ready to happen. Again, man, that famine is gonna wreck shop, and curses that went upon these gluttonous people, man. These people out here that have received benefits and have not known Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. I got a serious problem with that through the spirit, man. But man's going to the Lord. This is all of the Lord. We're just operator level, calling it like we see it through the spirit, man. All right. And let's go to back to the old Bible. And I got a couple precepts, man. I got a couple now. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21. And we'll start at verse 18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, and this is, I look at Yahweh towards the rebellious sons and daughters of our nation. That's pretty much the majority of them. All right, they're all rebellious, which will not obey the voice of his father. And who is our father? Yahweh. All right, and and our Savior Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him, he will not hearken unto them. So, hey, the Lord is using his prophets, all right, to tell our people and teach our people. He set up teachers, all right, to teach you right from wrong. It's not, if you reject it, hey, that's between Yahweh Bashim Shah and you. Okay. Oh man, 18. In verse 19, then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him and bring him out unto the elders of his city and into the gate of his place. And again, this is how we used to get down in the ancient days, man, for stubborn ass Israelites, man. And it shows you how serious the Lord is about the things that he says to do and not to do, man. All right. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this is our son. All right. Is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. And we just read what the definition of glutton was, eating in excess. All right. Just like they're doing in these mukbang videos, man. All right. Very gluttonous, man. All right. If not, them actually being gluttonous, they're putting the imagery, all right, of being a glutton out here when they should be, that's a whole, especially the women, come on, man, should be teaching the women how to be, righteous sisters. But of course, you know what it is, and I got some precepts for that. He's a glutton and a drunkard, all right. And check this out, verse 21, and all the men of a city shall stone him with stones for being stubborn, rebellious, a glutton and a drunkard. Stoned him. And you know how horrific that is, man, to be stoned to death, that he died. And this folks' son, they talking about, boy, all right, that he died. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. This is the fear, through the terror of the Lord we try to persuade men. All right, for you know what I mean. But of course, our people are ignorant. They're stiff-necked. Matter of fact, let me bring that out. And just like the dietary law. Yeah, and this is the problem with our people, man. And I bring it out, and that word stiff-necked goes into stubborn, man. Our people are stiff-necked. They're stubborn. This is Acts 7. And we'll go down to 51. Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart and ears, ye do always resist the Holy Ghost, as your fathers did, so do ye, man. So there it is, man. Our people are stubborn, they're stiff-necked, man. All right, just like their family members, man. All right, they come in the same lot, or they're back in their same lot, being rebellious against the law of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, against the will. Well, I don't say will, because they're fulfilling his will. But as far as keeping these law, statutes, and commandments, our people don't want to hear it because they're stubborn, man. They think they know better, and especially the ones here in Babylon the Great. Oh, they're at ease, man. A lot of our people are at ease. Even homeless people. No, they got. I ain't saying everybody on drugs that's homeless, man. But the ones that are on drugs, as long as they get they fixed, man, they don't care about nothing else. People in the project, same thing. As long as they got their pleasures, get their food stamps, can have that roof over their head. They don't care about getting no mansion like that for real. They cool being in the hood, as long as they can get high and kick shit, kick and flave, And it just shows you the mentality and how destroyed our people are. They're not trying to be royal people. They're not trying to be peculiar in righteousness. They're peculiar in wickedness because the whole world is looking at them. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell is wrong with the so-called black and brown people? Why they always killing each other? Why they so loud? What they got going on now? Black fatigue, they call it, right? And I don't want to speak on that. Maybe I do. I think that's that whole black fatigue, because we say this shit all the time. We've been saying this way before those so-called white people got involved, about that being the difference between so-called black people and niggas. All right. But I think that's just a response to the whole Karen thing, to be honest. Since, Karen, is being put on blast and the whole world is seeing how effed up she really is, and, for a long time, the so called white woman has been this image of perfection and daintiness. And now that we have video cameras, they can clearly see it ain't just our people out here acting a fool, that they're doing the same damn thing, that they're fighting in the airport and arguing. Because I'm watched it yesterday just as much as our people. It's just, why it hit different when our people do things, because we're the salt of the earth, we're that flavor. So whatever we do, just like Jake can go out and unalive people and make a sonically good sounding song about it. That's that salt, man. Our people, you can do wickedness, but they make it look cool, especially unto the other nations, man. That's why they're following them. The other nations, especially Esau Edom, they're following our people right into a damn ditch. Man, our people don't go to concerts like that no more, man. They be, predominantly you see these concerts, like a nigga like Travis Scott. I don't listen to that nigga music, but I've seen, some of his concert clip. Man, there ain't nothing but eating mice up in there, man. All right. But continuing on in the book of Philippians, all right, we go. Let's see, Philippians. Chapter 3 and verse 19. Whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things. And the point of this precept, what I wanted to bring out, whose God is their belly. When I first, even before I came into this truth, man, I had, through the Spirit, came across a book about fasting. So I've been able to fast, and I've been blessed, even before I received the names, going on those fasts. But I came across a book through the Spirit about fasting. And there was a chapter in that book called Dethroning King's Stomach. All right. And he was speaking about, basically it just goes into having rule over your flesh, man. And that's, a lot of our people are not spiritual. Hey, this is a spiritual war, not carnal. So a lot of our people are not spiritual enough to have dominion over their own flesh. So they're given into all manners, of wickedness and overindulgent sex, right? They can't keep your legs closed, can't keep your thing inside of your pants. That's why we have all this adultery, and now we have all these bastard ass children wandering around here. And look at what that produces. You got these young folk unaliving each other left and right and bragging about it. You got our women out here fighting in the streets and twerking in the middle of the streets, man. You got, children having children, man, because they can't rule over their flesh, man. All right. And if you serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, he will, through a process, give you that skill set to be able, give you the tools. Pray. And a part of that, sometimes you got to fast. Sometimes the Lord is going to let spirits get on you so that you will learn how to battle those spirits. And a huge way that we battle those spirits, prayer and fasting, man. It means you're going to sacrifice eating, man. All right. To overcome, these obstacles, man. And it's very important because, again, we're coming into a time like the earth has never seen before, and it's going to be horrific. Thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. You best believe him. And if he said a famine is going to come to this place, then a famine is going to come to this place, man. And if you're not built up, you're going to be compromised, and you're going to take that mark of the beast, or you're going to do some ungodly things, man. Of course, first thing he gonna try to do is sell that used up box, and guess what? In that day, it really gonna be too late. Ain't nobody gonna be stunning that box if it's a famine out here. Not like that, shout it. You done burnt yourself out. That's what Eve think. She think, oh, if it ever do really get hard, I can just go back to the ancient profession, the age-old profession of prostitution, and just sell my box. It's good. Girl, stop. The Lord gonna put a spirit on men not to even want to deal with that shit. It's gonna be life or death situations out here. Ain't nobody got time to be landing no used up box. And we're prophesying these things. You're not gonna have access to all your little cleaning product. Now, for the Lord, Lord's hope for elect women, you have no need to worry. The Lord is going to provide for you. You're going to have a place to go to the bathroom in peace. All right. I mean, you get locked up and don't you, especially in the county, man. You gotta. Oh man, that's a whole nother. Man, you know what I mean? Hey, that's who like to go number two in front of people, man. It's crazy. You got on camera. I done been up in there, man. Like, you know what I mean? But that's what's coming. It's gonna be great shame that's coming to you. You know, you women, you Israelites, man, that didn't want to repent, didn't want to hearken unto the words of Yahweh Shema was shot through his prophets, through this Bible. All right. Let me see here. Come, we'll go to the book of Romans. And it's vexing, right? It's vexing to watch our people just, continue in their wickedness, man. We try to serve the Lord to the best of our ability, of course. And because we do that, we are blessed with the ability to see, all right? Wisdom driveth a wise man mad. So, because we're obtaining certain levels of wisdom, we're able to see right from wrong. And we're able to see that this isn't right, man. And that our people need to be judged. They need this great tribulation because they're stubborn as hell. And look at the state of our people. We're a laughing stock among the nations, even though they're still following us. So it shows you how full of shit they are. You know what I mean? They love us, really. I mean, they hate us and love us at the same time, man. You know what I mean? And it shows you that we are the salt of the earth, the Lord's people. All right, Romans 13. All right, Romans 13 and verse 14. But put ye on the Lord Yahushua Hamashiach and make no provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. So we have to put on the whole armor of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and it starts by many things. Actually trusting in the Lord, having fear first and foremost, which we know that a fear is the beginning of wisdom. Right? You fear the Lord, you believe in the Lord, and you fear the Lord, then you're going to start to attain some wisdom if the Lord is with you. All right, but we're not supposed to make provision for the flesh. All right, we want to be girded up, man. We want to be protected. We don't want to be in certain situations like the apostle put out the decree. We shouldn't, in these last days be in the clubs and shit like that and following a multitude to do evil. That's like tempting the Lord. And if they get in there and shooting up the club and stuff, I mean, what'd you expect, bro? So we want to try to, stay away from things like that and not make provision for the flesh, man. All right, so we put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shema Shah, praying, fasting, fellowshipping, being involved in that holy conversation as consistently as you possibly can, man. Being amongst the brotherhood, that's why it's so important. And for you sisters, man, being a part of this thing too through the spirit of power Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. And you just be patient, my sister, because the Lord is going to bless you sisters beyond your wildest imagination if you endure until the end. All right. Y'all gonna be all right, man. But we all have to go through it, man. And we're all making the necessary sacrifices. We're all being chastened right now, so we won't be likened unto bastards, man. That word bastard goes into illegitimate child. The Lord say, if those that he do not chasten are likened unto bastards, paraphrasing, which means they really don't have a parent, which means that the father is not with them. All right. So that's a good sign, if you're going through things. And then you look at our people that are prospering, look at the industry. They're not, it's coming. And you can see the Lord is starting to put that hammer down on that industry. Everybody's little dirty secrets is coming out. That's no coincidence, man. All things done in darkness shall be brought to the light. That's what's going on. The reason why people are snitching and men are telling the whoredoms of women, and you hear it's really the spirit of the Lord doing this, man. The Lord says he's gonna pour a spirit upon all flesh in these last days, and it's to fulfill his will. So people gonna spill the beans. All right, the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. You think the Lord is lying when he say all things done in the dark is gonna be brought to the light? All right, now we know who the Edomites are. Now we know who the Israelites really are. See, it was brought to the light, just like the wickedness of that industry, man. When we first heard about the Illuminati and shit like that, people thinking it's a conspiracy and shit. Come on, man, this is really the Lord. If you are wise enough to see these things, that's revealing these things unto us, man. Call Allah Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, right? All right. And we go to the book of Proverbs again. So in relation, just being balanced, man, I wanted to bring out that. I'll bring it out just to, I had said it already, but Uh, Proverbs 11:1 about that balance, right? A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. And let me see on what that word abomination means. In the Edom online. Abominable feeling of disgust, hatred, loathing, and especially, I mean, how much more in relation to when the Lord says something is an abomination. He hates it. He loathes it. It disgusts him. Okay, so having a false balance, hey, that's tough, man. So, hey, man, you got to, hey, you have to know how to. What is it? I know how to abound and how to be a base, man. So you should, and it's truth, you're gonna have ups and downs. You're gonna have seasons where the Lord has blessed you with things and you know and such, and then you're gonna have season when the Lord take it away, and you're gonna have to fight just like me. Why, you know, I'm having to go on this fast because I'm having to fight, you know, having to fight, get these spirits off me and grow, man. That's a part of the process. You have your ups and you have your downs, but hey, through the spirit of power, oh yeah, how about Shema, how was shot, we know how to deal with it both. The 2/3 of the nation of Israel and the rest of these clowns that claim that they believe in the God of the Bible, they don't have that skill set, man, because the Lord's not chastening them. All right, they're just talking shit. All right, and if they fast, man, I heard, you know, I done seen, because I feel like I have a gift, man, of faith, like we all do, man. But you know, the Lord speaks about spiritual gifts, man. So that fasting goes along with faith, man. I feel like I'm pretty good at it through the Spirit, man. I don't boast in it or nothing. I don't tell how long I go and things like that. But of course, because of that, I've done research and I've seen a lot of people in the world talking about, you know, 40 days this, 40 days that. I don't give a if you're not fasting in the name Yahweh Shema Shah, boy, that ain't nothing but a crash diet you going on. Now I read that in the book, you know what I mean? That's you just going on a crash diet. If you're not praying and fasting in the name Yahweh Shema Shah, or just being sincere, like and doing it spiritually, all right, you're going on a crash diet. All right, don't care if you went 40 days, because there's niggas out here, you know, and women, you know, that claim that they went for you. You know, that's very, very near and dear to me, because you know Yahweh Shah, you know, went 40 days, man. All praise to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah. You know, Moses went 40 days, and you know what happened after them 40 days, what he received, man. All right, and how serious it is to go 40 days without food, man. Boy, stop. And like, I don't, like, bro, for the most part, I don't really even believe these niggas. You know what I mean? I know what it feel like, man. The fast, man. You know, ain't no joke, bro. I've been brought to the point of tears sometime, man. All right, but I got a couple more. I got three more. And we're gonna bring it back to the woman, because again, you did see the majority of those videos, the mukbang, well, I don't know how to say it, bro. The overindulgence videos was predominantly women, man. All right, and predominantly the so-called black woman, man. And this is Proverbs, and we do know. Let me bring this out so you guys understand what the book of Proverbs is for. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. And this is the purpose, right? To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment and equity, all right? To give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion, all right? There it is, man. So that's the point of Proverbs. So let's get some, you know, some understanding, all right, in the book of Proverbs concerning the woman. This is Proverbs chapter 9. 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. Straight to the point, man. All right. A foolish woman, and the Lord said not every woman, but we do know there's always more wicked than righteous, man. So a foolish woman, all right, is very clamorous. She's very simple. She don't know nothing. It's so stupid that she walked by the camp and hear us prophesying these things, but she don't know there's a famine coming, that she need to prepare, hunker down, humble herself, all right, try to find a husband, period. All right, should be trying to find a man of the Lord, of course, but you know these women still in that single, independent spirit, or they're in that funny girl business where they doing the girl on girl stuff, you know. That's not wise, man. That's likened unto a foolish woman. You simple. You don't know nothing. We telling you in front of your face, and you still don't know a great tribulation coming. The great tribulation is coming. Jacob's trouble is coming. The mark of the beast is coming. And we're saying it right in front of your face. You're just so stiff-necked. You think you know everything because you've been living in pleasure, eating good, right? Got your luxury apartments, got your foreign whip, all right? And a lot of our women, oh, man, I be watching man, y'all better check them police videos out, man, or the body cams. It's endless. You understand me? There's endless videos of women out there acting a freaking fool and scamming, you know? Oh, my God. Eve has got to be the top motherfucker when it comes to scamming. Oh, my goodness. All women and really scamming really just going to stealing. And what the Lord say in the 10 Commandments about stealing. Oh, you don't know that, do you? You simple woman. All right. And you're going to be judged for that. And you're going to be brought to shame. And you're going to be brought low. You're going to be brought to a piece of bread. And then Isaiah 4:1 is going to kick off. 7 women, you know, are going to take hold of one man. All right. Because you know you ain't going to have nothing. And it's going to get that real because the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. He ain't playing. All right, you people think he playing? He ain't playing. What it says on Friday, he ain't playing about his money. He ain't playing. Lord, not playing, man. Yeah, we just got to be patient and worry about what it say. Don't worry about how the wicked shall be judged. Worry about how the righteous shall be saved. Paraphrasing. All right, and I got 2 more precepts, and that'll be it, man. All right. Back to the woman again, man. In the book of 1 Timothy. 5 and verse 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. And did I not just speak about that through the Spirit? How our people, especially the women here, they living in pleasure, man. And again, the Lord chasten those that we love. He gonna give you that proper balance. He gonna give you ups and downs in the truth, man. Take cheerfully when thou art changed to a lower state. And we are finna get ready to go low because we're not taking that mark of the beast, Lord willing. So, you know, it's going to get janky. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But again, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth, man. All right? You know, so there it is again, man. You're going to receive good and evil from your Habashim Shai. That's proper balance. If you just on this earth and plus you wicked and you just living like Megan Thee Stallion and all them Cardi B. Come on, bro. They living in pleasure. Can get the D anytime they want. Ain't a man really, you know what I'm saying? Maybe except for the Lord's hopeful elect, man. But ain't a man finna turn down neither one of them two if they come up in there, man. So they can get the D anytime they can get anything they want, man. For the most part, eating whenever they want to. You know, they're living in pleasure. But the scriptures is teaching that, hey, she dead. I didn't say that. That's what the Bible said. She dead. If you just live in pleasure, you out of here. All right, you out of here because you're not built for the conditions of the battle. And this is a spiritual battle. You're not spiritual. You're carnal. That's why you're given over to that carnality. The word carnal goes in pertaining to the flesh. All right, and then we'll leave it off here. Concerning just the state of people in these last days, man, and what this is really all about. And we're not supposed to be like them, man. To hell with them. All right, this is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse. Well, we can start in verse 1. This is 2 Timothy 3, and we'll start at verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, terrible times, man. So we are in the last days, and this is the spirit or characteristic of the people in the last days. For men shall be lovers of them own self, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Look at them police cam videos, bro. You'll see all this type of behavior going on in them police cams, man. I'm seeing the kids, man. Of course, what the Lord say he came to do, not bring peace but a sword. Mother against daughter. I'm watching a video last night of mothers and daughters and the mama calling the police on these disobedient ass, rude ass children. All right, unthankful, unholy, and I'm Lord willing, man. I do a video about them police cans and bring some of that out, man. All right, but without natural affection, come on, man. You already know what that's going into. Truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce. And look at our women; they're so fierce, and our men are so weak. All right, despisers of those that are good. And here's the point: traitor, heady, high-minded. The point: lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and of course having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof, man. All right, from such we turn away from, man. But hey, the real point I wanted to make was, them being lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh Hashem Shai. And we do know what Yahweh Shai taught us. If you don't suffer with him, you won't reign with him. All right, so that means you're not gonna be saved, okay? If you're not gonna suffer, all right, because the servant is not greater than his master. So it's very important for us not to be overindulging like these 2/3 idiots, because it's coming and they're not prepared. And guess what? During that day, hey, the Lord said his servant shall eat, my servant shall eat. So guess what? And Lord willing, hey, you never know. The Lord may give us an abundance. We may eat real good during Jacob's trouble. So, and the Lord is, hey man, all these things that we're doing now is being written down, is being documented, if you will, man. The Lord is aware of our fast every day, every second, all right, that we sacrifice and we call upon the Lord and we're charitable. Oh, it's all being stored up there. So, hey, when Jacob's trouble comes, the Lord is going to remember our attempt at righteousness, man. Because I say attempt because our righteousness is as a filthy rags, but we're attempting, to really, to the best of our ability, with a sincere spirit, serve Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and so with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Till next time, Shalom.